So welcome everyone, and we are from Chainlink Labs. We are here to talk about not only cross-chain applications, but all the Chainlink services. And this is me. My name is Sol, and these are all my content. Feel free to contact me later, and we are also in the booth. And
yeah, my name is Frank, and I am as a Sol, I am a developer relation engineer from Chainlink Labs. So, yeah.
We skip?
yeah.
Hi everyone, my name's Harry. I'm also in the DevRel team. I lead the DevRel team at Chainlink Labs, and very happy to be here and very happy to connect with you all.
And by the way, talking about Chainlink bounties, can you see that I have a phone here? An amazing phone.
Headphones.
And, yes, headphone, yes. And this can be yours if you are our winner. So Harry will explain the bounties.
Sure. So Chainlink actually has 20K in bounties as part of this ETHGlobal, so it's a top sponsor. And we've split our bounties into two categories, right? Because Chainlink has, as you're going to find out soon, there's a whole bunch of developer services. We have $4,000 for the use of Chainlink CCIP, which is our cross-chain interoperability protocol. So anything you do in the cross-chain space as part of your project is eligible. We have 3 projects, 4K prizes each one. And then for all of the other services, we've bundled them together into 4 prizes of 2K each. So it could be data feeds, data streams, proof of reserve, functions, automation, VRF, deco, anything you want. So, and other than those, if you're a prize winner as one of those bounties, as an extra special prize, you get, everyone in your team gets a pair of branded Chainlink JBL wireless headphones as well. So a little extra incentive to incentivize you to look at Chainlink and consider Chainlink as part of your project.
And for everyone that is here now in this room, in the workshop, you can get these pants, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
And you get pants.
So go over there after this and you can have your pant. And also, what about the other blockchains? How can you use Chainlink with everyone that we have here, Harry?
Sure. So there's obviously a lot of sponsors here, 70 sponsors. Chainlink fits in and integrates well with many of the other sponsors here. So we're on multiple blockchains other than Ethereum. So if you're considering these, some of these chains here, you can use Chainlink services on those chains and you'll be eligible for prizes for Chainlink as well as the blockchains.
Not only blockchains, what else do you have?
Yes, so there's other developer services or developer platforms as well that actually fits in really well with Chainlink as well. So Uniswap hooks, you can create Uniswap hooks that use Chainlink services, and if you come to us at the booth, we've got some really cool ideas we can share with you on that. Circle developer platform in terms of programmable wallets and the smart contract platform as well. The Chainlink services really fit in well with that too. And the graph fits in really well with Chainlink as well because you can use a product called Chainlink Functions that you're going to hear about soon to actually query subgraphs off-chain and then pull that data back on-chain and do all sorts of interesting things. So there's definitely a lot of synergies with some of the other sponsors here and Chainlink where you can be applicable for prizes with those sponsors as well as Chainlink.
Yes, amazing. So this is our presentation now. So everything that we are talking with you, it's here. So it's your moment. Get this QR code. And remember that you can own these headphones as well. You can have pants. And all for you.
And 20K in prizes.
Yes, this is amazing. And also, remember, we can get our prizes in the other ones as well. Woohoo. All good? Yes, let's go. So talking about so what is an oracle? You need us to connect with the world. This is the key. So we really need to use the oracles to be connected with everything that you need. Like imagine that you have data from financial services or for temperatures or for everything. So we need this to connect with everyone, okay? And when I talk about the oracles, it's so important to be decentralized because the way you are bringing the information is the key. So you must be sure that the information is not compromised. So be decentralized can be better for you. And when we talk about the services that we have to offer in a decentralized way, First is all related to data. So data feeds, data streams, and proof of reserve is the way that you can get codes and especially numbers and using your smart contracts. You'd like the code of ETH in USD, or you'd like any other kind of code or proof some reserve in a bank, you can use all of these services. Also, we have the computing services. They are VRF to generating random numbers. Also, automation to call any function that you have inside the smart contract with the rule that you need, like can be time, it can be related to an event, or can be related to your business rule, you can. And also you have DACO that was talking later. It's the first time that we have this year. Wait a minute about DACO. And we have CCIP that there are the amazing prizes in bounties as well. So what's CCIP? We are talking about the Chainlink cross-chain interoperability protocol. And Frank, can you tell me about what you can do using CCIP?
Yeah, so before I introduce more about CCIP, I just want to give the definition about the cross-chain. So cross-chain is actually a very new concept. It was introduced into our industry like 5 or 6 years ago. So we first think about the cross-chain. So first thing come to my mind, at least, is to cross a token from the blockchain A, we also call it a source chain, to the blockchain B, and we also call it a destination chain. So by doing this, we can just move our funds from the source chain to destination chain. But when the business logic is becoming more and more complicated, and we want to just not only move our tokens, but also we want our tokens to be executed, or we want to send some instructions to the destination chain as well. So in this scenario, we kind of bind the tokens with the instructions and wrap it into a arbitrary message, and send this message from the source chain to the destination chain. And that is called the cross-chain interoperability for the arbitrary message. And by doing this, you can actually send a cross-chain transaction. For example, you can deploy the NFT smart contract on the blockchain and also send a mint function from another blockchain. And the NFT will be minted under your address on the blockchain where you do not have any fund on that. So if you're a developer for the dApp, and you can provide a interface, kind of like an interface of your application to the different blockchains, so the users residing on the different blockchains, only if that blockchain is supported by CCIP, they can interact with your application without moving their fund. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Frank. And this is what Frank told you to us until now. So imagine this. You have the Cersei blockchain, and you have your smart contract in the Cersei blockchain. Over there, this blockchain, this smart contract is communicating with the router, and then we have the CCIP part that's off-chain, and this is more than one chain. I will show you in the next slide. Communicate with the router in the next blockchain, and then if you have a message, you must have a smart contract to receive this message. If it's only tokens, you can send it directly to the end user as well. And like I told you, imagine that the off-chain part must be decentralized. We have 3 different networks that are part of this to be sure that this cannot be compromised, separated roles over there, and this is how the structure of the CCIP. Also, you can see over there that we have tokens. We have token pools. You can have the option of lock or burn tokens and unlock or mint tokens in the other blockchain. We have more to talk about this as well. So these are the chains that we have in CCIP. Many of these chains are here now. They are sponsored, so you can have both use them with your project. And would you like to have a CCIP with your own token? This is possible now. Frank, can you tell how is this?
Yes, that is a very long story. So when the CCIP 1.0 first published, and we supported a list of the tokens. And if you want to move the tokens in that list from the source chain to the destination chain, and that is very easy for you to do. You just send a transaction to the CCIP to say like, I want to burn this token on the source chain, and can you just mint a new token under my address in the destination chain? And the CCIP will help you to do that. But as a CCIP, we need to manually add the token to support the tokens people want to move across the different blockchains. But usually we receive a question from the developers, especially for the individual developer, to say like, I just create a token, and can I just use a CCIP to move my token from the a Polygon to the Arbitrum? How we can do that? So before the Chainlink CCIP 1.5, it's a little bit complicated because you need to deploy your token smart contract as well as a pool smart contract, the token pool. I mean, so you can just log your token and release your token and burn and mint your tokens, but you need to develop by yourself. But with a new version of the Chainlink CCIP, we introduced something called cross-chain tokens and the CCT standard. So this standard offers a token standard to allow the developers to use this token and the token pool as well, based on this token to deploy this two smart contract and then register this token with the Chainlink CCIP. So with this mechanism, you can move any token you want from the source chain to the destination chain. And what's more, you can also set the rate to move your token, like only maximum of the 100 tokens per minute. You can do this with the Chainlink CCIP. And by doing this, actually, we don't require all the developers to use our token standard, but at least you need to have the burn and mint or other functions within your smart contract, like ERC20. So there are actually two primary ways to move the tokens based on the CCT. So if you are the deployer of this token, and you have the full permission to grant anyone to call the mint and burn functions, you can use the first way to mint and burn. You can, when you want to move the token from the chain A to the chain B, you can first burn this token on the source chain, and then to order the CCIP to mint a new token on the destination chain. But for this one, you need to have the permission to allow the token pool smart contract to call the specific function within the token contract. This is a highest efficiency for the token bridge. But if the token is deployed a long time ago and you are not actually the deployer or the admin of this token contract, you cannot allow someone else to call the function like burn and mint. What you can do? You can use like a lock and mint or lock and unlock. For lock and mint, you only need to create a token pool on the source chain and lock this token. When I say lock, I mean move this token to the token pool smart contract. Then to mint a new wrapped token on the destination blockchain. So there is an original token and there is a wrapped asset on the different blockchains. This is very necessary for the token that has a very long history and you do not have the full permission, and you can do the lock and mint. Or if you want to use that in the reverse order in the destination chain, just burn that wrapped asset you just created based on the original token on the source chain, and new token the token can be unlocked on the source chain, and you can get it back from the destination chain. And we also provide the lock and unlock as a third way. So this is actually, the liquidity fragmentation will happen in this mechanism because you always need to maintain a pool of the tokens across the different blockchains. This is necessary for the tokens you do not have the permission, but the token smart contract is this native token smart contract is deployed across the many different blockchains. So they can provide a handle for the developers to move the token from your address to the token pool, and you can have the different token pools on the different blockchains, and you can use the lock and unlock the mechanism to move tokens across the different blockchains. And yeah, So you can find, actually, for this process, you can find the graph and all the instructions in this URL. That is in the official documentation from the Chainlink, and we provide a very, very detailed instructions that how you can do that. So to simply put, what you need to do is that you first need to have your token smart contract. And then you need to add an admin role into your smart contract. And if you do not have that functions within your token smart contract, you have already deployed that and you do not have that function, it's okay. You just need to create an admin for the CCIP as another functions in the token pool, and then register your token and a token pool smart contract with the Chainlink CCIP registry, and then you can use that Chainlink CCIP to move the tokens. You just create it and deploy it across the different blockchains. And yeah.
Is this amazing? And if you try to read our presentation before and the QR code was not working, it's working now. You have the presentation. And by the way, when we talk about CCIP, when we talk about cross-chain, this can take time. And to be sure that you are in the hackathon, you must be fast. So we have the local simulator. You can simulate all of this directly, locally, without a chain, without having no congestion, nothing, and no waiting times. And this will be so better for you to be an efficient hacker. And this is the link of the local simulator for you. And also, we are sharing the presentation later. Good, perfect. And let's move forward. So let's talk a bit more about the data feed and data stream. And this is the flow that you must understand. Like, we have different data sources. So the DON, the nodes are getting this. Like being the data providers, they are like doing a volume-based average of some code, for example, and then they are sending this to smart contracts, and your smart contract can interact with them. But we can do this in different ways. But before that, Frank, can you talk about the use case?
Yeah, so for the Chainlink data feed, that is, I think that is the earliest service we provided to the Web3 industry, like 5 years ago, and a lot of the different projects are integrating the Chainlink data feed into their protocol. And if you are a developer to build something like a DeFi, the decentralized finance, there is a very decent chance that you are going to need a Chainlink data feed in your project, because whatever you do, you need to know the price of the asset. User interact with your protocol, or user collateralized their asset in the protocol. So the common use cases for the data feed is like lending and borrowing. So you have a protocol that the user just stake their asset and get some liquidity back. In this scenario, it is very important for you to get the correct price of the asset staked by the user. And the price is pretty important. And if that price is wrong, maybe the other users in your asset pool will lose their money. So that is very important to secure that price data is correct. And except for that, maybe if you want to build something like a mirror asset, or we can call it a synthetic asset. The original idea is that we can allow the users to not only treat the native tokens on the blockchain, but also treat the asset from the real world, like a stock market or fiat or a commodity. And for this one, you can get all the different types of the commodity or other assets price from the data feed. Yes, we also provide the price for other commodity. And also for the stablecoin, you need to know the value of the asset staked. And for the option and the future, that is even more important for you to get a price data correctly from the data feed.
Yes, but this is important. Remember that I told you about the data feeds and the data streams. What is the difference, Frank?
Yeah, so for data feed, it's like a push based. So if you want to use the data feed, you don't need to pay for the data feed. Like every request, you need to pay some tokens. You just need to wait. Like a data feed will push the price data into the smart contract based on two conditions. If the price of the token alternate more than maybe 0.5%, then there going to be a new update. Or if the heartbeat time end like 1 hour or 45 minutes, if that time expires, the new price data will be triggered. So if you or your project is very sensitive to the price, maybe you don't want to wait for a very long time. If that price of the token alternate more than 0.001%, you want to get a new update. Then in this scenario, you need to just manually send a request to the Chainlink, and the Chainlink will just catch your request and get whatever you want and feed that back to your smart contract. And that is called the pool base. You need to send a request, and the Chainlink will get a request and give you a response. And that is called a data stream. Yeah.
Exactly. So amazing, Frank. Thank you. And I'd like to talk about Chainlink functions, because imagine that probably you must get information that's outside any blockchain. Imagine that you can run a JavaScript code inside your smart contract to call any API, any external API. You can do this using Chainlink functions. So the goal is this. Even if you have secrets, even if you have parameters, doesn't matter. You can use Chainlink functions to call external APIs with a JavaScript code inside your smart contract and get the result in a decentralized way and then use inside the blockchain. These are some examples that you can do that with weather, flight delay, greenhouse gas emission, elections, and a lot of things. I suggest you to go to usechainlinkfunctions.com. We have tons of examples for you, the code, the JavaScript code, the APIs. And also, if you'd like to simulate this, the JavaScript code before added in your smart contract, you can use the playground to do that. And we know that we must speed up your development. So we have tools for you. We have the Hard Hat Chainlink plugin, and we have all the services, or most part of the services over there, and to deploy locally as well, and all the support that you need to be faster. Also, we have the Foundry Chainlink Toolkit. I know that some people prefer Foundry. We have for our few. We are covering our few. And Harry, can you tell more about the Chainlink Deco? This is so new for me.
Yes, sure. So we just recently released a thing called the Deco Sandbox. So Deco is a ZK TLS oracle that lets you prove data about the outside world on-chain. So it's not quite a polished product yet. However, we've released a sandbox where you can play around, call some APIs, create some attestations and have them put on chain and proven. So you can actually go into our Deco sandbox and create some of these examples yourself. And as you can see, there are some use cases that we've mentioned there, such as verifying someone's identity, maybe getting their passport or something and proving that on chain without revealing the actual passport. And you can actually go in the Deco playground and create it yourself, and there is a bit of a process to get it on chain because once again it's not part of our official Chainlink node yet. But if you're interested in this, come chat to us. I'll show you how to do it. It's quite easy, but it's just a manual step basically, and you will be applicable for the non-CCIP prize pool if you do something with the Deco sandbox as part of your project. So very interested to see what kind of things you guys think of if you choose to play around with this.
Okay, thank you, Harry. And this we also have a VRF. So this is the verifiable random function. And Frank, can you explain for me some use cases for VRF? Why I need VRF?
Yeah, so you know that getting a randomness on the blockchain is always a problem. So before we use a central server to provide a random number to the on-chain smart contract, but you know it is not that reliable, right? And after that, we can just use the transaction hash as a seed for the randomness. But if that we only rely on the on-chain data, maybe the transaction hash can be computed by some big miners. So for the Chainlink VRF, we provide the randomness with a proof, and you can use a proof to prove that the randomness provided by Chainlink VRF is just secure and just predefined functions. So we all agreed. So for the Chainlink VRF, if you are building the NFT smart contract like a gaming project, you want the different developer, or I'm sorry, the users to mint your NFT randomly, or you want to pick some people from the whitelist randomly, and you need a randomness for these kind of scenarios. So, for example, if the feature of this NFT is rare and the feature for that one is super rare, you need to have a mechanism to decide which is better and which is not that good. So, for the NFT creation, distribution, or raffling, or just fair selecting some people from the whitelist, you can use the Chainlink VRF to do that. And we also have an article to list all the 35 use cases, and the URL is on the bottom of this slide.
Exactly. This is important to you. I know that some of you are still thinking what I can build in this hackathon. You can have these use cases and that can help you as well. And this is talking about automation. So imagine that you would like to have some conditions updated inside your smart contract. Do you know that your smart contract cannot call itself? So I must have some external way to do that. Okay, I can have like a bot in a Google, in a cloud service, but it's better if I have this in a decentralized way. And this is Chainlink automation. So you can have 3 kinds of triggers. One, by time. I'd like to call my function every day, every hour. I can do that. Or you'd like to call your function every time some token is sent because the automation is monitoring the event transfer. You can do that. Or you'd like to call something or to do something inside your smart contract when your balance in that token is low, is almost zero, or any kind of condition. You can choose your condition and run an automation. Check upkeep is the condition. The update upkeep is what you'd like to do with that. And these are some use cases for you. I'm not covering all of them now. If you'd like to know more demonstrations and more resources related to all of these, all of the Chainlink services, this is the way we have the demos and also the resources over there. And to finish, let's talk about the judges and criteria. So when you are looking your project, we are looking for how you are using blockchain, how you are using Chainlink, and if your project is something totally different, that's the wow factor. And we have more than one person judging you over there. And how to pitch your project to Chainlink. Maybe this is not only for Chainlink, okay? But this can be useful for you. So first, show us the code. We'd like to know, are you really using Chainlink? Don't come with presentation if I cannot see your smart contract. First, I must see your smart contract. Where is Chainlink? Then, if you pass this phase, we'd like to see your presentation. But it's better if you use your application, if you really demonstrate something, not only slides. Don't spend too much time showing slides. Go to your application. You build something, use that time to show what you build first. And I think the first part at Chainlink is only for us, but this part is useful for you from the main judge as well, okay? Less time on slides, more time what you build. Okay? And by the way, sometimes in the last day, we have some congestion in the network, in the Wi-Fi. Be ready, have some transactions done like 1 hour before, and the night before, to be sure that you have something to prove your work. Okay? And this is the presentation again. If you could not read before, you can read now. And it is working now. I'm sure of that. Yes, I think we are, I have one more person reading over there. Yes, almost done. Yes, all good. If you need more help, remember that we have our booth. You can go over there. If you like, it's like probably 5 a.m. We are not there, but we have people on Discord in United States that will be in other time zone in their day, and they are monitoring the Discord as well. So we are ready to help you. And this is, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and good luck to everyone. Enjoy the hackathon. Thank you so much.